What I'm about to show you is going to make your stomach churn like it did mine. Representative Ilhan Omar is under fire for telling the truth. People are claiming that she's an anti-Semite because of some comments she made about a pro-Israel lobby, a very powerful pro-Israel lobby that spends gobs and gobs of money on Congress in order to make sure that they get their pro-Israel agenda through. And she told the truth about them and now is completely under fire. So what happened was Representative Kevin McCarthy, he basically threatened congressional action against Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib for criticism of Israel. When Ilhan Omar saw this and heard about what Representative Kevin McCarthy was saying, she tweeted a response quoting Puff Daddy, saying, "It's all about the Benjamins, baby." Then the editor at The Forward, which is a Jewish publication, asked Omar who she was referring to as who she was insinuating was paying off these Republican congresspeople. And she responded, AIPAC, which is the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, which is the United States' most prominent pro-Israel lobby. Since then, she is being completely drug around. People are saying that she's an anti-Semite, that these comments are unacceptable. All she did was say, you're bought by this pro-Israel lobby. And when asked who was paying, all she said was AIPAC, and this is somehow anti-Semitic. I am not connecting the dots here. I don't understand how calling out a large lobbying group is somehow anti-Semitic. This makes absolutely no sense to me. This is similar to saying the reason why we won't go hard against Saudi Arabia is because they buy a lot of weapons from us. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Is that now somehow anti-Muslim to say that? To say, well, you're only pro-Saudi Arabia because they're buying weapons from us and you want the money? Is that pro-Muslim? I mean, anti-Muslim? So I don't really understand how saying this organization, which is spending a lot of money in a variety of dark ways to influence Congress, I don't understand how that is somehow anti-Semitic. And she's now being called out. Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, many Democrats are calling her out. Many Republicans are calling her out. She's since had to come out and apologize. She's saying, yeah, I'm sorry for my, what I guess seemed to be insensitive anti-Semitic comments. People on Twitter are dragging her around. I mean, this is just absurd for calling out a lobbying group. And it gets worse. There was actually a documentary series that was done by Al Jazeera. This was actually done in 2016. It was finished in 2017. They were unable to actually publish it. It ended up being censored by Qatar, which is the gas-rich Gulf Emirate that funds Al Jazeera. They actually came under intense Israel lobbying pressure, so they did not release the film. But the Electronic Intifada actually got a hold of the film and released this 4-part documentary series. And you have to watch it. It will make your stomach churn. What I did was I took clips from the series and I condensed it down into a 4-minute piece. So I'm going to show the 4-minute kind of clips that I compiled for you. And this kind of gives you an idea of what Ilhan Omar was talking about. Here it is.
To get elected in the American political system, you need lots of money. What AIPAC does is it makes sure that money is funneled your way if you're seen as pro-Israel, and it'll go to significant lengths to make sure that you stay in office if you continue to be staunchly pro-Israel.
And on behalf of Congress, thank you for sending a clear and unequivocal message to the world that the United States stands with Israel now, tomorrow, and always.
I reject the BDS movement, whether it be on campuses in France and London or right here in the United States of America.
May God bless Israel. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
If you get AIPAC support, then more often than not, you're going to win.
Congressmen and senators don't do anything unless you pressure them. They kick the can down the road unless you pressure them. And the only way to do that is with money.
Right now, our current contribution limit from any person to a candidate is $2,700. Now, that's a lot of money, you know, and that can certainly buy some gratitude with the lawmaker. But if you really want to add punch to that type of buying of favors, what you do is you get 50 or 100 people together at an event like this, all chipping in $2,700, and then you bundle it all together and hand over the total amount to the lawmaker. At that point, we're talking anywhere up to $250,000. So suddenly you've got a group of people with the same demand they want from the lawmaker handing over $250,000. That buys a lawmaker.
If you wander off the reservation and you become critical of Israel, you not only will not get money, AIPAC will go to great lengths to find somebody to run against you and support that person very generously. And the end result is you're likely to lose your seat in Congress.
In 2002, AIPAC was lobbying Moran to vote for the invasion of Iraq.
The executive director of AIPAC said that his most important accomplishment was securing the authorization for the use of U.S. military force in Iraq. AIPAC was pushing it very hard.
Why does AIPAC benefit from the United States going to war?
The United States getting involved in wars in the Middle East is ultimately in Israel's interests.
We don't ask a goddamn thing about the Palestinians. You know why? Because it's a tiny issue, that's why. It's a small, insignificant issue. The big issue is Iran. We want everything focused on Iran.
Voice my views about the Israeli lobby, that my career would be over, and implied that it would be done through the Post. And sure enough, the Washington Post editorialized brutally. Everybody ganged up.
So what are the main outlets that TIP work with?
Washington Post is the biggest one.
Moran claims the Washington Post's editorial board has a close relationship with AIPAC.
The principal editorial board of the Post itself has been a very effective instrument because they've been able to maintain their credibility. And it's a great paper in every other way, but because they have such credibility, they're extremely effective.
Everyone knew he wasn't anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitism has come to mean anti-Israel.
Both of my daughters married Jewish men. My grandchildren are Jewish.
I mean, just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. This just makes my stomach churn. The ability that they have to influence our government. And this is all lobbying groups. This isn't just AIPAC. This is all of them. This is how they do it. This is how any and all of them do it. The NRA, AIPAC, you name it. I mean, any organization, this is how they're able to influence our government. And the fact that Washington Post is in on this and and that they're marching us into wars. I mean, this is the truth. This is the truth. And it's not anti-Semitic to say the truth. The truth is the truth. And we should all be committed to the truth. And we shouldn't be smeared for speaking out against the reality of what's going on. So, what I like is that Ilhan Omar is not really backing down. She has said on Twitter that though she should have, she's saying I should have phrased things differently, but I'm not backing down from the fact that AIPAC is an extremely powerful lobbying group. And it is. It's a very, very powerful lobbying group. And I really, you've got to watch this documentary series. It's long, each segment is about 45 minutes long and there's 4 parts to it, but it is well worth the watch. It is eye-opening. It is eye-opening just to the world of lobbying and then also to the world of how AIPAC, which is the pro-Israel lobbying group, is really encouraging us to march into these wars, which is very, very concerning considering right now all eyes are on Iran. And we're hearing about this over and over. It's all about Iran right now. And this is what they're saying in this documentary series, which was finished in 2017. This was filmed in 2016, finished in 2017. And here we are, here we are. We're still talking about Iran. So this is very scary stuff. Watch the documentary series. Good for Ilhan Omar for speaking the truth. More people should. And yeah, sickening.